Wrestlers! I'm your host, Lexi.
And it's Billy here.
And it's time to
take it to the ring.
Alrighty, it feels good to be back talking about NXT UK. I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah, good to have you back. I'm glad you're feeling better. You sound much better.
Yes, I am much better. I feel like myself again. I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And no worries. Everything is all good.
The fans missed you. We got lots of comments.
Thank you. I missed you guys so much. I know everyone this morning was like, Lexi's back. I'm back. No worries. So, let's just go into this
night of the match. What did you think? This was a banger. We got to see.
It was really
Go ahead.
cool. It was really cool. I thought it was the fun kind of. I think it was when Dempsey came out by himself, he had like that opera style music.
Yeah, the De Familia music. Yeah, so this match was Charlie Dempsey versus A-Kid. And we definitely noticed, so Dempsey came out by himself. He still had the De Familia music. Look, it even has Raja, his name in the back. But no family, no De Familia. So a little bit different.
Yeah. And I think he said it himself, like he was like, I don't need anyone.
Yeah, I don't need him on this one.
I don't need him on this one. I was like, all right. But this was a really, really good match. Probably my favorite one of the night. They started really strong. And I don't think I've seen Dempsey before, but I've definitely seen A-Kid, or maybe I have seen Dempsey before.
Yeah, he's been in the background. You've seen like with De Familia with Raja and Teoman.
Yes.
You've seen those matches. He's the one doing the promos where they keep jumping guys and they had that apartment promo.
Oh, okay, yes.
Dempsey's really good. He's second generation, and this was a fantastic match.
Yes, it was. I mean, the pace did start off a little bit slow and not too much, but A-Kid was controlling the speed definitely from the very, very beginning. And Dempsey was the first with the first takedown, right with an arm lock. I mean, both of these two were very, very technical, but I mean, look at that arm lock that he got him in. He isolated so many different moves that I don't think I've seen before, but they were epic. I mean, Dempsey with a nice, it's called a lapel lock.
Mm-hmm.
But then somehow we get this reversal from A-Kid out of nowhere. I mean, look at that.
This was a fantastic match. It was so technical. You had Dempsey, who's just a fantastic wrestler, and A-Kid with his jiu-jitsu background. These guys just went at it. But, A-Kid, he tried to set in a pin, but Dempsey, he just bridged out, got away from it, went up on his head, and A-Kid could not break this bridge. And he tried to, look at that. So he even tried to like jump on him. Like he kicked out his leg. He was pulling out his arms. Dempsey's head was just locked in. And he's just standing on him, surfing. Yeah. And he puts his arms up. Look, like he's a genie. Like he's riding him like a magic carpet or something, right? Like this guy's neck is so strong. That is so difficult to do. A bridge in itself is tough. And then to hold it like that, and then he sets his arms up. Just what a boss. Like, look at that, just staring at A-Kid. A-Kid was just amazed. Like, what do I do? He just waited for him to stand up.
That is insane. That must hurt your head, like really bad.
That's the neck strength right there. That's all his shoulders and neck. Amazing.
Wow.
And core strength. It really shows how strong he is.
That is really epic.
Yeah,
and
that was so cool stuff.
It was really cool. I was like, what the hell am I watching? This is so cool. A-Kid happened to set in this really cool submission hold, but of course, Dempsey walked to the ropes and was able to escape somehow. I mean, look at that. He's got his like leg on his shoulder and he's kind of he's got him locked in there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% what this name is. I'm almost certain it's a jiu-jitsu move. It's like a Japanese, it's like standing octopus or or something like that. But Dempsey just, what an animal. He just like stomped his way to the rope. Like, no, it's like a linebacker trying to get tackled. But
looks like we got a comment here from
Joseph. What's up, man?
A-Kid is becoming a big deal for the brand. Can't wait to see his progress in the US version of NXT.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if you caught that review that or you did with Tijon and I, but NXT 2.0 at the very end, they teased that A-Kid's going to be in that match next week. So unofficially, he got the bump up. He's already here. He's going to be wrestling Tuesday. So he got his bump up. He's in the States. Yeah, very cool. Very really cool. And Tijon, he's super into jiu-jitsu. I told him, I was like, you're gonna love this guy. Yeah. He's really good. But yeah, A-Kid, he had some great wrist locks, some great ankle locks, but Dempsey, he was just way too strong, and he had some great striking skills too. Every time A-Kid got some pace, he just shut it down. It was really good.
Yeah, I would say it was a pretty fair fight between the two of them. But Dempsey clearly had the upper hand. I mean, like, you could just tell, like, he's very strong. His skills, like, the things that he pulled, like, who the hell is able to do that picture that we just showed of him?
Yeah, right? Like, just muscle his way out of a hold like that? Fantastic.
What the hell? It was so epic. And, so Dempsey, he got a suplex hold on one leg, and he is just so good. We also got to see a dragon suplex, a fisherman suplex, all of the suplexes we saw them.
It was great. At one point, I don't know if you remember Dempsey, he was in a bridge and he starts going around in a circle holding the two rear the chicken wings, like holding both of them. The guy is so good. There was so much in this match. Guys, it was I could talk for an hour about this. I could watch them wrestle all day. But, A-Kid, he said in his finisher, that omoplata, and, that's not the one. That's the finisher, one right before that. It's the omoplata. But somehow Dempsey was able to get out of this. So he even said in an armbar, it's an omoplata with an armbar. This guy's so technical. And he was able to get out of this and reversed it. And I've never seen that before. That's the first time I've seen somebody get out of A-Kid's finisher.
That is, I mean, look at that. I don't think anyone would be able to get out of that.
It was, this is an impressive match.
It was very impressive. And Dempsey ended up finishing, I mean, with a crazy submission. I accidentally showed the picture too early. And he was folding A-Kid in half. I mean, it was, look at where his legs are in proximity to his head. Like, I just want you to understand that he is literally a sandwich right now.
Yeah, this I've seen Dempsey finish people with this move before, and like when he comes in to close in, you could see like he locks in his fingers, but when he gets there, he just starts like cranking in, bending this guy backwards, and once he hooks those hands, that's it. It's done. It's a hell of a finisher. First time I saw that, I was like, this guy's like Hulk, man. It's crazy. Great, fantastic match, guys. That's a must see. Must see.
I think we have a few comments here. Dempsey has the potential, definitely Regal's son.
Oh yeah.
And omoplata is mostly an MMA move that's very difficult. Yeah. I mean, it looks difficult.
His background, A-Kid's background is so diverse, but we saw that with Dempsey too. He has flashes of jiu-jitsu and MMA and just old school wrestling. It's awesome. The way he moves around and how explosive he is, that it just screams Olympic wrestling. I love it. I'm a huge fan.
Yes, it was very epic. And all right, let's get into this next fight card of the night. We see Danny Jones and Josh Morrell versus so this is the two of them. And they're going up against I don't know how to pronounce this
Symbiosis.
Symbiosis. It sounds like a science something sciencey. Or math, something math related.
No, it's science, like a symbiote Science-y. Where two separate species live together to benefit each other. It's a symbiote, symbiosis.
You see, brains. Somebody has brains. I wasn't very good at science. But...
More vocabulary than anything. I'm not real science either.
Actually, I wasn't that good at English either. I was I danced most of school. That's fine. But yeah, so Symbiosis was with T-Bone and Primate. Did I
Yeah,
say Primate?
these guys are
And
nuts. I mean, Symbiosis is just a savage pair.
yeah,
Danny Jones is good. Now, I've seen him before. He's got a lot of talent. Uh, he's still kind of getting up there. He's still pretty new, and he's got the size. He just needs to kind of work on it a little bit. But you know, Primate and Morel, they face off first, and they kind of go face to face, toe to toe.
they do. And Morel gets like worked really well this like first bit until he ends up landing this drop kick, and Primate ends up tagging out.
Yeah.
T-Bone is in at this point. Morel tags out. And this match is just a show of power. I mean, these guys are all just showing off like who's the bigger badass.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
that's what it was.
they threw this pair around. I
It was
mean,
brutal.
they are
It
a
was
savage pair. So T-Bone, he ends up deadlifted. So Morale, he gets up on the top post, he goes for a crossbody, and T-Bone just catches him. He's like lightweight, hits him with a backbreaker, and then goes into a deadlift right into a German suplex. That's the suplex, just from his knees all the way up, and yokes this guy back like he's nothing. Oh man, the whole ring kind of shook. It was great. And then he just got whipped into the corner. The guy's just getting destroyed. Big elbows,
you could hear
big
that
spears.
whip to the corner.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
oh my goodness. It was a gruesome, it wasn't even bloody, but it was gruesome. Like
yeah,
it was
a
just
beatdown.
really, it was a beatdown. But I mean, what do you expect in UK? It's always like that.
Yeah.
Even with the girls, I feel like so. You know, DJ is still chilling in the corner. He's watching, but he finally gets a tag, coming in hot with some really, really mean uppercuts. I mean, he came in pretty strong. I got to give
Yeah.
him that.
For
Yeah.
most of the time, he was just chilling, but
Yeah.
those English uppercuts were no joke. You know, Morale and DJ, they set up for that really cool. So he's standing up on his shoulders, and then from there he does this 360 corkscrew senton. It was so cool. It was awesome. That's a great finisher. But somehow they kicked out. They weren't able to get a 3 count on it. This was a really cool move.
It was. I mean, just to get on someone's shoulders and balance like that, I shake. Like when I'm like, you know, when you like go and do a chicken fight in the pool and you like go on someone's shoulders, I'm like shaking doing that. So just imagine it takes a lot of skill.
And not just do a front flip or a senton or a crossbody. No, a very difficult corkscrew flip. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys have a lot of talent, but Symbiosis, they end up taking that win after Primate got a huge flying headbutt crossbody from the very top post. It was crazy.
How often do you see somebody come down from the top post head first?
Not very often.
That's a Primate move. That's some gorilla stuff. Man.
That really is.
But, you know, talking about wild animals, after this match, Wild Boar shows up after being gone for a year and just destroys the pair with this chair, hits him from behind, goes right to T-Bone, sticks him in the gut. And the two of them look like they've seen a ghost. They're like, what is going on? They were just petrified by this little stocky guy that reminds me of the troll from Lord of the Rings, you know? Or the guy with the red.
That's exactly who he looks
just covered in hair everywhere. All.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
So that's yeah. We'll see what happens with this guy.
It was a really good tease for this crazy match coming up for sure. I mean, I would be deathly scared if I just like beat the crap out of someone and then someone else is coming up behind me. I'm like, the hell? And he looks like that.
Really half your size, you know?
Yes, like yay high.
Yeah, yay high. That's perfect too. Old English, I love it. That's great.
Crazy.
So let's get into the last match of the night. Our main event. We have Joe Coffey versus the Supernova, Noam Dar. Now, he's the current cup holder, Heritage Cup holder. But, Coffey, he comes out looking great, man. He's in great shape. He's got some size. He's leaned up a little bit, looking awesome.
Yeah, he really was. And this match is actually for the Heritage Cup, so it's a little bit different. We have like 6 to 3 minute matches, and each pinfall is equivalent to 1 point. I don't think I've ever seen a match like this. I was a little bit confused, and then I kind of got up to speed. Once you kind of watch it for a little bit, you're like, okay, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, this is a little bit more like traditional wrestling, kind of like what I would do in high
Yeah,
school. You'd see on the Olympic or collegiate level. So they have like the
yeah.
3-minute rounds, and you get points for each pin or submission, and whoever has the
Mhm.
most pins at the end. So for this particular one, is first 1 to 2, and they have 6 3-minute matches. So round one, it traditionally starts off pretty slow. That's just how it goes. The competitors are feeling each other out. And Dar's just kind of dancing around, trying to stay away from the much larger, much stronger Coffey. And every time Dar starts to get close, he just gets tossed like a rag doll. Like he's getting thrown around. So the first round goes pretty quick.
It does. And the round one ends 0-0, but Coffey controlled most of this match, I have to say. I mean, almost settling in that Boston crab lock that he had there. But Dar got saved by the bell. He got
Yeah,
lucky. He got
that would
very
have been a
lucky.
quick one. Yeah, point right off the
Quick.
bat. But round two,
Easily.
that starts off pretty slow in the beginning. I'm a bit surprised to see Coffey keeping this slow, calculated pace. Usually he's a brute. He's just running around trying to get a big spear or something like that. So I was a bit surprised, to be honest. But he gets a really good side headlock takedown, quick stand up from Dar, sets in another side headlock, and then they just kind of wrestle around after that for a bit.
Yeah, and by the end of the round, Coffey nails Dar with multiple, not just one. It was one after another, like shoulder tackles and then like a huge spear, and then like takes this huge German suplex for the first pinfall. Look at that.
Yeah, he
That
got
was
rocked. That was a tough
yeah.
one.
With
Coffey
only
put every
48
bit he
seconds.
had in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
this was a close one. It was almost towards the end. He got rocked with that one. So
it was.
round three starts and it's 0-1, 1 point for Coffey. This round starts off with a much faster pace. Coffey gets this huge crossbody, and just sets that in, just flattens the poor guy.
Yeah, I feel like what happened in this match was that the first two, they kind of like didn't have like perspective of time. Like they didn't really, couldn't feel what those like 3 minutes were gonna feel like. So they were like, "Oh shoot, it's over." And once
Yeah.
they kind of got to that third one, they were like, "Okay, so we got to be quick because this only
Adrenaline's kicking
lasts."
in. They got a
Yeah,
pump now. They're ready. It's
you
like
could
it's
just
time to win this.
tell.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, by that third round, you could definitely tell that the pace has gone up. I mean, Dar comes back with this nice knee bar and then rolls up Coffey in a very tight cover. I mean, it was a really quick round.
Yeah, look at that, mate. He was just wrecking
Yeah.
him with that cover. So
Yeah.
round four starts. We're tied up 1-1. Coffey's starting to slow down at this point. Dar's picking up the pace. He's clearly in much better shape. But Dar gets a few near falls in this round, multiple near falls, and it's just wearing Coffey down. He's getting tired.
Yeah. He was. You could definitely see him kind of like, not stepping back fully, but kind of not putting in that full effort that he came in strong with. And
Yeah.
mostly strikes were from Dar, breaking, that bigger man down. And we see Coffey, who comes back with the lariat Superman punch and then a freaking suplex.
This was such
It
a hard
was
shot to get. I had to get it. He came flying
Look
off
at
those
his
ropes like
legs. Look at his He
it was
literally
great.
looks like Superman. Like the
Yeah.
Superman ride, they literally have you just like that, legs up like that, and like arms up.
And Dar just
It's
ate it. This round ends. It times out. Both men are fighting outside of the ring, and at the last second, Dar nailed Coffey with a cheap shot, like right to the liver, just a mean kick, and he goes off just bent over. He folded over.
He did. He got folded over, and then we get to round 5. We're 1-1. Dar is out with this running kick to Coffey in the corner, and he's not giving him a second to get out. Like, there's no break for these guys. I mean, they're like, we are on a time limit here, people.
He got on him. So Coffey
Yeah.
ends that momentum really quick with a spear. He's just like, nope. And then hits him with a big clothesline. The two men are in the center of the ring, and Coffey just starts eating these forearms like a fat kid eating cake, man. He's just getting powered up. Each one, he's just, it's not phasing him at all. It was crazy.
It
Guy's
was
an animal.
crazy. I mean, the energy that these guys have and the like stamina that these guys, it's crazy. It's insane. I complain of
3 minutes is exhausting. I couldn't imagine going 6 rounds. That's crazy.
I complain about running like 2 miles. I'm like, oh, dying. And so, it seems like I'm so sorry, Joseph. We were just having so much fun. We totally missed your comments. All right. He said Coffey is very tough. He doesn't seem to feel much pain. No. I don't think he feels any pain.
He's thick, man. That adrenaline's going. He's got a pump. He was getting fired up with those forearms.
Yeah,
and it was just breaking Dar down. Like, what do I have to do to kill this guy?
And Joseph was like, "This is a really good main event." I agree. Overall, this episode was great, but this was a really
3 matches, but they were all good.
Great. And so Coffey ends up missing a discus lariat.
Mm-hmm.
A discus lariat, but connects with the second and goes for the cover. But we end up seeing like Dar's ringman who picked up his leg, put it on the rope without the ref seeing it. Oh my goodness.
Sneaky. I mean, so Coffey would have gotten the win. That right there, that would have gotten it. And he just picked up his lifeless leg and put it on the rope for him. It was sneaky, very smooth. Ref didn't see it. But Coffey gets distracted. He's like, because his brother, he ran over to try to stop the shenanigans and end this. He gets distracted. He eats a big elbow, goes down to one knee. And at the last second, I mean, this round's about to end. Dar comes in with the Nova roller, which is really just this mean corkscrew drop kick, and knocks this man out and gets a 3 count.
It was really, really epic. I mean, we end up seeing Dar. He's retaining the cup, and Coffey did very well. And I mean, like we said, he almost had it if it hadn't been for Dar's manager being a big old cheater. So, but that happens.
Yeah. And this is, I think, Joe Coffey's 3rd or 4th Heritage Cup event, and he's still not able to get it. Yeah, unfortunately. They've been around in NXT UK, I think, since the beginning, the Coffey brothers. They're awesome. Really? They've held the championship before.
How often do they do the Heritage Cup? Because I think this is the first one I've seen.
Yeah, lately, I think the last one was Dar against, I think it was the Irish Ace. He beat him. And Dar took it from Mustache Mountain. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. He's the smaller one in Mustache Mountain. I can't think of his name right now. It'll hit me as soon as it'll hit me later. But anyway, it's every now and then. I've seen, this will be my 4th since I've started watching. So I'm not sure if it's on cycle or if it's just depending on how often competitors come up, things like that. But I enjoy those matches. It's a little bit more traditional, and their style of wrestling over there is completely different than ours. So it's good. And we got to see a few promos of some matches leading up, male and a few other ones coming up. So good episode for sure.
Yeah. And someone's asking what happened to the live audience.
COVID, man. They brought them back for about 3 or 4 episodes and then took them right back out, I think, when the Omicron variant came out. So they're still on lockdown over there. They're still going through it. Florida, we're open, man. We good.
We're open. And so are a lot, like, I know, my home state, they lifted their mask mandate. New York lifted their mask mandate. Puerto Rico, you don't need I don't think you need anything to get in there anymore. They used to be super strict. So everything's slowly opening up again, but we get this every few months and then it just closes back up again. But
yeah, we'll see.
It's
Knock
okay.
on wood. Yeah, but that's over there. That's what's going on, which sucks because the UK crowd's a ton of fun, man. They get rowdy. Their chants are funny. And,
funny.
Brits drunk Brits are funny. I'm sorry, it makes me laugh. I love that accent. It's hilarious. But
Oh
yeah,
goodness.
it is a shame, Earl. I agree. And then yeah, Joseph, next week, the Miko and Dawn match. That's going to be really good. So we got to see a little promo. If you guys missed that
We
last week,
did.
she jumped her and stole her flowers. So I guess she's putting that in her little evil box. So
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what that
Oh,
does.
Earl is from New York. Hello.
What's up, Earl? Yeah, I'm a big Yankee
What's up,
fan
Earl?
myself. My whole family's from New York.
Yeah, we love New York over here.
Yeah,
And we're
good for
glad
you
you
guys.
are
I'm glad you're
free.
open. Yeah, about
Yes.
time. Gosh, there's so
Yeah.
many businesses shutting down. Anyway, we don't need to get on that. So here at
Don't talk
Take It
about
to the
that for
Ring,
hours.
we like to give each fight card a fight card rating. And guys, tune in.
Yes.
We love to see what you guys think too. So we have 5 for Fight Forever.
We've
Then we
got
got
4, which is This Is Awesome.
And then 3, you still got it.
We've got 2, which is What?
Yeah. And then worst one, boring. Don't even bother watching. We're way better. Trust me.
Way better.
So this one, Lexi, what would you give this rating or this episode?
Oh man. I don't want to give it a 5 because I don't give out 5s like that. I don't think I've ever given out a 5 actually, but I'm gonna give it a 4.8.
Yeah. So I mean this was a
but
really good episode. It really,
yeah,
really was. I think the only slow part was the tag team match, but you got to see that crazy 360 corkscrew flip, and it
yeah,
wasn't even a slow match. That was just
it
the
wasn't.
slowest match.
Yeah,
So it's for me, it earned a solid 4. This was an awesome episode. But that A-Kid and Dempsey match, that's a 5. A 5
yeah.
all day. I could watch that kind of wrestling all day, every day. It was fantastic. It was so entertaining. It was a bit nostalgic, and I loved it. It just kind of gave me this warm feeling inside. I'm like, yes, I love watching this stuff.
It is really cool. And yeah, Keith agrees. He says, let's see that round system return like in old school British wrestling.
Yeah.
It's funny when I first the first time I ever watched wrestling was back in high school, and it was live, boys wrestling, and it was like that, rounds, points,
Mm-hmm.
timed. And then when I started watching this, I'm like, what is going on? And then now there's this. I'm like, my head is all scrambled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be going to my first strong style match. NJP or New Japan's going to be here in Orlando.
Yes.
So that'll be the first time kind of seeing any of that for me. So I've never seen that style, but there's just so much out there. There's so many different styles of wrestling. And here at Take It to the Ring, that's exactly what we try to show all of you fight fans out there. All of this stuff, because there's a little bit of everything, and American professional wrestling, I think Lady J described it best. It's like choreographed dancing. They all know the moves, and they just go out there and freestyle the moves. And they're still great athletes, and it's awesome. It's still really fun.
Oh my goodness. So
wow, we got lots of comments.
Everyone's got a different rating over here. We've got Earl, who gives it a 3.5 because of the audience. I understand.
Yeah, audience is fun.
Joseph gives it a 4 because he said that A-Kid was the standout, great main event.
Yeah.
Someone gave it a 7 out of 5. Wow.
Nice. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, if you're a wrestling fan, hey, Nadula, what's up, man? Yeah. So if you're a wrestling fan, this was a great episode, man. This all the way through was awesome. Great episode. If you haven't watched NXT UK, you need to get on it.
Yes. And Joseph's like, these next few episodes should be good. Yeah, they are every Thursday. They actually are much earlier than day. They're like around 4
o'clock,
p.m., I think.
Yeah.
So you could definitely catch that. And NXT, like if you go on their website, they actually have like really clear up close pictures of like really cool shots that happen during. So you could see if you want to see any of those really cool moves that we talked about. I'm sure they have a really cool one of that corkscrew jump that
which was really tough to try to catch yourself.
Yeah.
So that's neat that they do that.
I think the cameras that they use are, I think, like action, like they're action ones. So they are, designed so that they can pick up, that kind of movement. But we're just screenshotting free from our computer. So we don't have that luxury.
Well, the new Pixel's supposed to be able to do that. And you can Photoshop on it too. Yeah.
What? That's
I might
awesome.
have to break down.
Yikes.
I
There's
love
always
the
a new
pixels.
phone coming out.
It's a great phone. Dude.
I bet.
But anyway, I digress. This is an awesome episode, guys. So,
It was.
make sure if you like what you see here, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yes. And of course, for some more Wrestlecap videos, you can click that link down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had so much fun being back. I missed you all. And it was a great episode. I'm really excited to see what is, what's in store for next week. And don't forget that me and Billy are back for our normal scheduled Saturday mornings. We're going to be doing our Rampage review for tonight's episode. So don't forget that.
Yep. And then right after, Tijan will be covering SmackDown. Tijan and I.
He sure will. So that'll
busy
be a lot
week
of fun.
of wrestling. Lots of good stuff. This has been a great week in wrestling. I loved it.
Great.
Coming right out of the Control Your Narrative, right into a great Raw episode, into a great NXT episode. Braun Breaker's going to WWE. Super stoked for that kid. Good for him.
Yeah.
I say kid. I think he's my age, but he's a kid in wrestling.
Yeah, he's a kid.
He's new. I love it. He's awesome. He's super good. But great week in wrestling. So guys, make sure you check out our merch too. We got some sweet stuff down there. It really does help us out. And tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Until next time, Billy here.
And I'm Lexy. Bye, you guys.
Don't stop believing.